Welcome back to the All or Nothing League. My name is Kasabi. We have a few regular season matchups left before we reach the playoffs and then do our final assessment on this franchise save file. So today we'll be playing two base running teams, the stealing team versus the aggressiveness team. The stealing team meaning their ability to steal bases. I'm actually kind of unsure what to expect for this game. The aggressiveness team has lost almost 2/3 of their games, maybe by running themselves into outs. Meanwhile, the stealing team is at 43 and 68, so not much better, just a few games ahead of the aggressiveness team. The one thing I don't know what to expect is a lot of these games that we've watched live, there are a lot of bunting opportunities. As soon as they get somebody on, the next batter tries to bunt them over into scoring position with less than 2 away. So that might lead to some decreased stealing opportunities, but who knows? Maybe they'll try and steal a few bags in the meantime, or maybe just really get aggressive with 2 outs and a runner on second, maybe try for third. And here we go. Should be a nice sunny day, as it always is at low variable field. And we'll see who's the better of these two base running teams. Here's a look at the starter today for the aggressiveness team. 0-10, looking for his first win on the season. ERA just below 7. Yikes. Second pitch of the game is taken deep into the outfield and gloved a step or two in front of the warning track. That nearly was a fast start there for the stealing team. Grounder to third, gloved by the third baseman. Can he make the throw over to first? He can. And some nice defensive plays here by the aggressiveness team to start off the day. Both of these teams likely not to make the playoffs. Their counterparts in their division, the speed team, tend to reign supreme by a lot. There's a liner to third base that gets past him, and there is a single. We'll see if they indeed try to swipe a bag here with 2 away. The computer always seems to pitch out when I play franchise mode on the first or second pitch of the at-bat, so we'll see if they do that to kind of keep the base runner in check. Then again, he has 0 speed over there, so maybe they're not paying too much mind to him over there. Hasn't really had the aggressiveness to take off running for second yet. There's one up the middle. It's going to find the outfield grass. They'll play station to station here, first and second with 2 away. I'd be shocked if they went for the double steal here, especially since that throw down to third's a lot easier for the catcher. Showing the averages for the guy at second base there, 90%, 10 stolen bases, so I think that's 10 for 11 on stolen attempts so far, which for about 100 games in the season, that means you're stealing maybe once every 10 games. So I guess the likelihood isn't as good here. He's over that one. Runner gets to second, so he's going to have to make the throw to first. And he does. A good defensive play there to end the inning. Nothing doing in the first half of the first inning. We move to the bottom of the first, see if some aggressiveness can lead to some runs on the board. Lefty on the mound today for the steal ability team. We got to look at the other starting pitcher for the aggressiveness team. He was 0-10. This one is 0-4, so somebody might have a chance at a win today. But again, a lot of these starters tend to get tired after about 50 or 60 pitches with no stamina, so they tend to only go about 4 or 5 innings, which doesn't lead to an opportunity for them to get the win even if they had a lead. Number 2 hole, Joe Random, batting .313 so far on the season. Takes the first pitch out to center field. It's going to land in front of the center fielder for a base hit. And there you go. It's the game within the game. Do you send the runner on the steal attempt, or do you bunt him over for a chance with the runner in scoring position with 2 away? My money's on the bunt based on what we've seen so far this season, and there it is. Pushed out to the second baseman. Throw over to first. It's a successful sacrifice, and now do we see the runner move to third here with 2 away for an increased chance of getting home? And there you look at Joe Random on second base, 15 stolen bases, 42.9% success rate. So that means he's stolen 15 bags, more than the other guy that we saw. But that means he's tried stealing over 30, maybe like 35-ish times. My hypothesis was kind of correct. They've been running themselves out of innings. And he holds on there smartly on the weak single out to right field. Runners on the corners with 2 away. But just in the first inning already, you've seen the 2-hole hitter or 3-hole hitter for each team and their success rate so far this season. 90% down to 42%. That's almost double the amount of times that the other team has been thrown out on stolen base attempts. It has led to more stolen bases on the stat sheet, but it also has led to a lot of outs on offense. Still though, interesting to see that these teams are only 6 games apart in the standings. So, you know, does it pay to be aggressive, or does it pay to be smarter on the base paths? Both teams with losing records. Strikeouts and the inning leaves the runners on the corners, and we are tied going into the second. So these two teams just find themselves at different parts of the schedule. Center fielder is just going to let that one drop. A slow walk out to the ball. I've never seen a computer fielder walk so lackadaisically towards the ball. But there you go, leadoff runner aboard for the stealing ability team. They'll try for the sacrifice here. Over to first base, flips to the pitcher for out number 1. Bit of a curious base running decision here. Do you try and swipe third with one away and have a couple chances of maybe just hitting a tapper out to the infield or a sacrifice fly? We'll never know, as the first pitch is popped out to first base for out number 2. Considering you don't make the last out at third, I sincerely doubt they'll steal from second base here. Plus you have the pitcher at the plate here batting .300 on the season. Here's the 0-2 to the pitcher. And a good changeup. Hits the bottom corner, swung on and missed. Diving stop at first. He knocks the ball down, flips onto first for the out. I know people have been saying MLB 22's kind of had some OP defense. We saw a diving stop right there for out number 1. Again, this took a lot of time and effort to get the franchise started. We're still in MLB 21 for this league. I'd argue that the frame rates are a lot better in MLB 21 for created stadiums as well. Another throw onto first by the shortstop for the out. Over to third, been keeping him busy today. Throw to first is in time, and so far the defense has been very good for both teams. No errors or anything to speak of. Get a look there at the standings. Both of these teams below 500 considerably. The speed team, the only team over 500 in this division. They have a 20-game cushion over the durability team as we make our way through mid-August. Again, though, after this game, we'll play one of the last games or series in late September with potential playoff matchup, perhaps. Good off-speed pitch, bounced late to the third baseman. Another throw over to first base for the out. Some good defensive, fundamental baseball being played by both teams so far, and the pitchers working themselves out of jams. I've been amazed by how clean everything has been so far today, as there's another one taken by the first baseman for the do-it-yourself play. Bottom of the third, game's going very quickly so far. And the first pitch is flown out to center field. Here comes the center fielder for the out. It's a 1-pitch, 1-out inning to start off the bottom of the third. Only 23 pitches for Joe Random. This guy leads the team with 36 RBI. That's, wow. Not a lot of runs scored for this team. There's a pop fly out to short to end the third inning. First third of the ballgame's gone by very quickly. We're still scoreless. I feel like you'd almost have to get a runner on with 2 outs, though, onto first base, and then have them steal, and then have somebody hit them in to kind of manufacture a run. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of bunting or errors that might lead to some runs, but errors have been non-existent so far today. There's a solid rip out to center field, but this one's not going to land either. Been a lot of weak contact today, but some solid rips that just haven't really found much out there. Is this one. Another soft liner out to left field for the final out of the top of the fourth. These starters might go 6 or 7 innings based on how fast this game's been going. Just how much confidence they probably have. You can't see it on the screen, but there's a base hit. No, sliding grab by the right fielder. My goodness, these guys are just showing off their gloves here today. Both teams with a few hits in the first inning, and I just don't feel like there's been anything since. There's just been some solid defense. I was totally expecting to see some, like, throws that were pulling the people off the bags. Okay, that one's out to right center, and that's going to be a double for sure. Maybe even a triple. We'll see how far he wants to push it with the aggressiveness. There he goes. He's going to go for 3. Here's the throw. And he has got himself a triple. These guys don't have any arms out there in the outfield and sometimes miss the cutoff guys, so he was thinking 3 all the way there. Good chance for a first run of the game. They have a couple outs to work with and get that runner home from third. That's the one thing I didn't think about. I was just thinking aggressiveness, like how likely are they to steal bags? That also means maybe trying to take the extra base a bit more often than not and get thrown out. So we saw the 40% stolen base percentage, but they've also probably lost a lot of outs on trying to take the extra bag. This time it will work out for him. A single into right field scores the first run of the game. It is 1-0 aggressiveness team. Just like that, a couple solid hits. One found the outfield where nobody else was. led to a triple. Even with 0 speed, you can make it work sometimes. Sack attempt, they're going to go to second, and they'll get the out there, so sacrifice is unsuccessful. Now we'll see if they steal a bag here with 2 away and a runner on first. Maybe try and get that runner into scoring position anyhow. Fastball high, taken for a strike. I think it was in the zone, and we won't get a chance to see the runner on the base paths there. 5th inning now for the stealing ability team, and they've only been averaging about 11 pitches per inning taken, so they're being made quick work of so far today, although they are showing the pitch count for the pitcher, so that means he's probably on fumes at this point. They only really show the pitch count when your stamina runs down towards the end. 0-10 to start the season though. If he can finish off the 5th inning, maybe he'll get credited for his first win of the season. Got the count full here though to the leadoff hitter in the 5th inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Out to shortstop, bobbled. I wouldn't consider it an error. I mean, he made a play on it. Oh, they do call it an error, so there's the first error of the ball game. It was a tough play going backhanded. Oh no, they brought in a new pitcher, so he won't get the chance for his first win. Instead, it's a lefty who's thrown 105 innings so far this season, averaging about a strikeout per inning, also a walk every 2 innings. It's up to him here to save the ball game, or at least hold that 1-run lead this inning. I feel so bad. The starters in this league just get absolutely no credit for anything that they do. They give up a lot of runs sometimes, but they just do not get much for wins. Surprisingly, no bunt attempt here with 1 on and nobody out. Haven't tried stealing a bag either. There's a flare out to right field that's going to land, and the runner will hold on at second there. It's too weak to make a play. And now I for sure would expect a sacrifice attempt here with 2 runners on, nobody out. Stealing ability team looking to come right back here in the top of the 5th. Pitcher at the plate, he just fouled one off. Last pitch. Now it has another opportunity here for the sacrifice. Another one just down the third baseline. That's foul, so he's had a couple close attempts to the foul line. See if he tries it again here on 0-2. He will. That one, definitely. There, pitcher will go to second for the out. Twist will be too late to get the runner at first. So it's a partial sacrifice. They do move up the guy to third. Would it be something if the pitcher went for a stolen base here? Try and have second and third. Double play does get him out of the inning here, though. So he's going for that low pitch, couple straight in a row. 1 taken for a strike. Out to second. A leaping try by the second baseman. He's not going to glove it, and this one's going to roll pretty close to the fence. They'll at least have runners at second and third. He's going home. Here's the throw home. It is way offline. And on that rip past the second baseman's head, the steal ability team takes the lead 2-1. That sounded like a perfect strike off the bat. Here comes the runner around third. The throw is going to be cut off at the mound, and the runner scores. It's 3-1. I feel so bad for that starting pitcher. He had a scoreless game through the 4 innings he pitched, let up the leadoff runner, then they pulled the plug immediately. This guy has just completely blown it open. Sacrifice attempt. They're going to go to second again, and they do get the out. Bounce to short. Another bobble over there. That's going to be his second error of the inning. Throw was too late at first base. We were talking about how solid the defense was for the first few innings, and now it's led to a big lopsided number here for the steal ability team. Innings not quite done yet. Fly out to left field should end the inning despite the error, and they do work themselves out of the inning after giving up 3 runs, but they do have some work to do. They took the lead in the bottom of the 4th and now look to gain it back here again in the bottom of the 5th. 8-9-1 for the aggressiveness team. I'd be surprised if they left in their pitcher to bat. First pitch, though, tapped out to second base for the out. And indeed, they do bring in a pinch hitter. The pitcher they brought in, 1 inning pitched, 3 runs let up. 2-2 pitch out to shortstop. This shortstop makes the play. Throw will find the first baseman over there for out number 2. Leadoff hitter now for the aggressiveness team. He struck out so far twice today. And that last elusive out for the starting pitcher to try and get the win on the docket for the season. He's got an 0-2 count here. They're showing the pitch count, which means he's getting tired. 52 pitches to this point. Just nearly caught the inside corner on the changeup. And he misses for ball 4. I hope this doesn't end his day. It will. Wow, just they hate starting pitchers in this league. That one's late swing and just foul by about a foot. That would have rolled into tomorrow. 0-2 pitch, swung on a miss, so the bullpen comes in, does their job, gets a 3-pitch strikeout to end the 5th inning. We move on to the 6th. 3-1 is the score. Rip over to first baseman, a little bit of a delayed reaction, but sticks up the glove for out number 1. There's another one down the middle, and that one knocked down by the second baseman. Doesn't have enough time though to throw it to first, so it's a 1-out hit. Will they bunt him over? They just haven't really bunted him over with the 8-hole today. And yeah, it looks like they're going to let him swing away again. Please, somebody steal a base. Quick pitch, fires into the dirt. He's going to run for it. Not quite a stolen base attempt. It's going to be a wild pitch considered. Ooh, that was a good rip off the bat. Sounded like a perfect the other way. That's going to be an RBI double at the very least. Will he push it for 3? No, he will not. They'll take the double. 4-1 now for the stealing ability team. They've really come out over these last couple innings and flex their muscles. Pitcher will be subbed for a pinch hitter here. And immediately almost hits the pitcher, but it's through into center field. Here comes the runner. Throw is home. It's going to be late and a 5-1 lead now. Pinch hitter came off the bench, swung at the first pitch he saw, and it was a good one indeed. Bunt attempt is going to stay fair down the line. It's going to be flipped to first for the out. So they do have another runner in scoring position here with 2 away. Runner on second. Extra insurance run out there. It's a 4-run lead, which is a lot for teams like this who don't really have any inherent offensive ability. With a lot of these teams, a lot of their runs that are stretched together are based on defensive miscues more than anything. Popped out to left field, and the fielder's going to be there for out number 3. So they do pick up another couple runs to extend the lead to 5-1. I'm impressed by some of the numbers that these bullpen arms have. A lot of the starters have ERAs of like 5 or 6. Ooh, that one's going to stay inside the line for a fair ball. Will he stretch it into 2 bases? Of course he will. And the aggressive team with the leadoff double right after giving up a few runs, hoping to get some back. I was just saying how some of the bullpen arms just have an ERA closer to like 3, which is pretty major league average. A lot of the starters, though, just not good. And a sacrifice will get that runner over to third with 1 away, so the aggressive team is just playing to get 1 here instead of going for it all. Outs are a bit of a commodity. They only have 11 more outs to work with to score 4 runs. So you can't really keep playing sacrifice too much as you get later into the stages of the ballgame. Now an 0-2 count, you have to at least put the ball in play here and get that runner home from third. Ooh, that one was a good off-speed pitch that nipped the corner. I don't think it was off the plate. I think it was right there. And that's a big strikeout there for the stealing ability team. Maybe able to strain that runner over there at third base with 2 away. Second baseman will glove this one. There's the final out of the inning. So they do strand that runner after the leadoff double, and it's a 5-1 game still. They've scored 5 runs over the last 2 offensive innings, so another inning like that will effectively end this game. 3 innings left to play though. Stealing team, aggressive team. I just want to see somebody try and steal a base. Maybe the aggressive team will get a bit more desperate late and steal some more bags if they get some runners on. There's a sharp grounder to second. Second batter of the inning flies one to right field for the easy out. So it doesn't look like they'll score anything this inning unless some miraculous defensive breakdown happens from the aggressiveness team. This one's going to be dumped out past first base, but the first baseman has enough room to put that one away. Get up and stretch here in the 7th inning. It's 5-1. Aggressiveness team down to their final 9 outs. We'll have a chance to get back into the lead here. Oh, he tried to hold back this swing. It bounces off the catcher's glove, and he's going to reach on the drop third strike. Amazing. And exactly what they needed with nobody out. See if they try and bunt to push across a run here. They tried in the 6th inning, got the runner over to third with 1 away. Didn't end up scoring. And it looks like they're going to let him swing away. I'm kind of wondering, though, now that I'm seeing all of this kind of present itself throughout the game, do you have to have good stealing ability and aggressiveness for the computer to try and steal bases during the actual game? It's kind of interesting to see where it differs between like the in-game and the simulated play when you're just in franchise mode going from game to game. There's just so many differences in certain attributes where you anticipate something to happen, they just don't. The computer just kind of hangs on. Strike 3 there on the fastball on the top outer part of the plate. We kind of saw that around the All-Star game as well. Like, we had the home run derby and nobody swung. I don't know if it was like a discipline thing, a vision thing, contact, power, whatever it was. Just nobody on the computer actually wanted to participate. And I don't know what kind of flag was preventing them from doing so. Swing and a miss there on 2 consecutive batters. They've struck out, failed to advance the runner. Yeah, there's just probably something that's like differentiated between the game code, like what we're watching here, and simulating through the season. There's one's out to center field. It's going to land in front of the center fielder for a base hit. He just is able to knock it down. And now the tying run is on the on-deck circle. They have a chance here with 2 away. Maybe it's just one of those things where it's like a, you know, mathematical thing where it just kind of determines like, should I steal or not, and like based on their skill it tells them when to or when not to, or the likelihood that they'd be able to, and it's just like a random chance that they steal. A lot of these batters though, a couple strikeouts. This guy's taking a few strikes, well in the zone. Now down to 1-2 count. Oh, solid take there. For as aggressive as they were earlier in the game swinging the bat, they've really just been taking so many pitches now, hittable pitches. Out to third, gloved by the third baseman to his left, and that ends the threat. 5-1 as we move to the 8th inning. Called strike, this time taken by the steal ability team, and that was a close pitch on the outer part of the plate. Just maybe froze him there for the strikeout, but nonetheless, 1 away. That's a fastball down the middle. Takes it the other way for a base hit, won't reach the gap. So a 1-out single for the steal ability team. Curiously, they're not trying to bunt the runner over in this situation either, even for an insurance run. Like, they don't really have to worry too much about outs compared to the base running aggression team. 3-0 now to the batter, and you don't want to walk him and just kind of get some extra base runners on where they can maybe score a few extra insurance runs in case there's like a defensive miscue. I don't know if this guy's just tired on the mound, just missing to end the inning. But there is ball 4. Now you have runners at first and second with 2 away. That was the pitcher too. So now we're back to the leadoff hitter at the top of the order. And there you go. There's a hit out into the right center field gap. They're going to try and stretch it into a double, but regardless, at least 1 run's going to score. And he's going for home. They're going to throw him out. No! He dropped the ball. He was out by a step, but it's going to lead to an extra run. I don't see this with catchers very often, but here you see him glove the ball. He goes over to tag the runner and almost had him. But as he's tagging him, first of all, I guess he's safe. I thought he was going to, maybe if the throw was a bit closer to the plate instead of fielding it out here. But as he goes to make the tag, I mean, the runner is safe, but as he goes to make the tag, there's the ball, just pops out. And this is some good graphics right here, because you'll notice it happens as soon as he hits the forearm of the batter. Usually that stuff just kind of phases right through the appendages of the different players. That's actually really skillful. So props to the animation team right there for a very realistic looking play. But decidedly, that will pretty much do it for this ball game. It's 7-1, another runner out there at second with 2 away. And the aggression team scored 1 run, I believe, in the bottom of the 4th, and they've just had nothing since. There's a gapper for another double, maybe even a triple if he wants to stretch it. It's going to be an 8-1 ball game, and he will stay put at second. No need to push for that extra run when you're already up by 7. Don't want to make the last out at third base, and you do have another opportunity here where you trade places. Runner at second, 2 away. Rips the first pitch of the at-bat out to center field. He leaps. Looked like he had a play on it, but does not catch it. It's a 9-1 game. Throw misses, but he's going to hold tight at second again. Some smart base running, and we'll do it all again. Just an offensive explosion after the first half of the game for the steal ability team. They haven't even really had to steal any bases. We've just had a few pass ball opportunities. And again, these two teams are very similar. They don't have any offensive skills beyond those stealing abilities, so the fact that like one team is just absolutely trouncing the other is kind of insane. In fact, I had a few other games like this previously where you had two teams that didn't have much contact or power, and like those ones actually went to extra innings. They were very close ball games. As there's a strike 3 right on the inside corner. So here we go in the bottom of the 8th. It's a long road back, down 8 runs, only 6 outs to work with. And they're just looking to try and get on base here. 2-0 pitch. I'd be very surprised if he swings here. Draw the walk, 3-0. Looking a bit shaky out of the bullpen. Red light got to be on here. Nips the corner for strike 1. Out to second base. Glove for the outs. I think he might have reached for that one a bit. Cleanup hitter, 2 for 2 today. A triple and a single. He's been their best offensive hitter. Looking to get something going here in the bottom of the 8th. There you go. Knocked down by the first baseman. He just got a glove on it. And there's out number 2. Frustrating hit there that's knocked down by the defender. Lazy fly out behind the infield. Shortstop's not going to get there. Second baseman almost had a better opportunity. Landed on his side of the field. There's a wild pitch, and they're going to take the extra base at second. Throw is not there. So I guess more than anything, we haven't seen too many stolen base attempts, but on those like wild pitches that are kind of in front of the catcher, they've had a lot more opportunities there to take that extra base. Right fielder on his horse. He makes the catch down the right field line in foul territory to end the 8th inning. Fouled off to the first baseman to start off the inning. Glove for the out. After that 2-out onslaught that they put on last inning, you just want to get some quick outs, get back into the dugout, and try and dig your way out of this 8-run deficit. Fly ball out to left field. It's got the left fielder going back, and he'll make the catch on the run for out number 2. Noticed a lot of the fans have left so far in this game, so even in creative stadiums, they kind of do that in franchise mode. First baseman will throw on to the pitcher for the final out of the top of the 9th, and here we go. It's the bottom of the 9th, an 8-run deficit. Bottom of the order for the base-running aggressive team. Same pitcher on the mound, just looking to close this one out. I don't know if he's the actual closer, but the closers for each team are left-handed pitchers, and they get a lot of work in. They get a lot of work in the bullpen. The 2-1 out to center field. That's going to drop for a base hit, and there's a good start to the bottom of the 9th inning. I can't really see with this camera angle, but I'm uncertain if they're going to be holding the runner at first base where they can just take second. Oh, he's going to lace that one into the left center gap. That might score a run. We'll see if they push the extra base. Definitely will send this guy from third, I'd imagine. And there you go. There's one run right back. 9-2 with a runner on second, nobody out. So they're at least going to put up a fight here in the bottom of the 9th. They let some innings get out of hand on defense, but they are looking to at least score a couple runs here in the 9th inning to show that they're not rolling over. Ooh, wow, long fly ball out to right field. It's going to be gloved by the right fielder. Runner will go to third base. Here's the throw, and it's a close one, just a bit offline. That was a nice fly ball by the pitcher, I just realized. That was the number 9 hitter. Now we're back to the top of the order. Another one out to center field. It's going to drop. 9-3 is your ball game. That'll make it 9-3. They're still going. Runner on first, one away. Steal ability team getting somebody loose in their bullpen. It's a right-hander, so again, not the closer in that situation. Starting to get up to close to 30 pitches. And even at full stamina, again, these guys can throw 50 pitches, so I have no idea how many innings this guy on the mound has worked currently. But he gets the strikeout there, and we're down to our last out. Good curveball there for the second out of the inning. Now the aggression team has their backs against the wall. Absolutely shocked if they tried stealing right here to end the game. That would be the funniest ending to the game, is if they got thrown out doing something like that. And he misses for ball 4. So we go on to the next batter at the very least. Tying runs still decently out of range. There's a fastball in the outer part of the plate. So 2 strikes on the outer half of the plate has the next batter down to their last strike. It's the cleanup hitter. Does he have a home run in him? Takes that one. So another full count. Runners will be off again, but if you're the pitcher, those runs ultimately don't matter. Just got to attack the batter. Full count. Fastball out to center field. He should have room to put this one away. And the steal ability team wins this one by a score of 9-3. They had quite the push from about the 5th inning to the 7th inning, and that was enough to catapult them out in front to a decent victory. You look there at the line score. I guess it was the 8th inning. They scored 4 runs. That ultimately put them ahead for good. But they were solid after the 6th inning. 5-1 lead, pushed it up to 9-1. Gave up a few runs late, but they were clean on defense. 0 errors. The aggression team had 2 in the same inning by the shortstop, which led to a few runs on the board. But yeah, we get a look here at the box score. No stolen bases for either team. Just 1 wild pitch on that side, 2 wild pitches on that one. I do just want to get a look at the stat sheet here for the sake of this video and see if they have like stolen base opportunities, caught stealings. I mean, my goodness, look at this. Caught stealing 28 times, 24 times, 22 times. They are running themselves into outs. This guy has their best stolen base percentage at a 64% clip. One guy's at 500, the rest are below 50%. So, I mean, most of their team is getting thrown out on the base paths, leading to extra outs. Meanwhile, you look at the other guys, they each only have between 5 and 10 stolen bases, but look at these percentages, 1,000%, 90%, 80%, a couple guys trending down. Like, their worst guy is probably the best if he was on the aggressiveness team. So I guess we do have a few guys. They haven't even, the 2 guys that are showing a 0 haven't even attempted a stolen base this year. So this guy has the worst percentage, and he's 2 for 3. This guy's 4 for 5. Wow. I mean, these guys are just amazing at stolen base percentage with their ability. They have no speed, no aggression, just the read on the ball sometimes. Meanwhile, the aggression team, they are running themselves into outs, but you look at the standings again, only a 7-game difference. It ultimately just doesn't matter that much. I mean, it should. It definitely should. If you get a look here, I mean, I'll total up the amounts again. If you were to chart all these caught stealings, that is over 200 outs that you have made over the course of the season. That's like 8 whole games worth of outs just from caught stealing. Not even mentioning some of the extra base opportunities that you might be going from like first to third that you might not be wanting to do or should be doing. So just absolutely incredible how much this season kind of differs between the simulated play and you know, just going through the franchise and simming games. Like, the gameplay just differs so much more. These metrics aren't just so one-dimensional. Like, discipline can really help you during the game. It can also help you even more during the simulation, like going from game to game. It's just strange, like, how much some things just, you know, completely carry over and some that don't. I think the gameplay that we've been watching, like during the broadcast, has been a little lackluster just because like the computer acts a bit differently during the game, but it's just so fascinating to see how these attributes and how their scores kind of affect the simulated play for some of these players and some of these teams. But that'll do it for this episode. Again, I'm going to take a look at the wild card race leading up to the end of September. That will be the final regular season game. I might do a couple playoff games. We'll have to see. Maybe at the very least the World Series. I mean, I kind of want to, more than anything, just get to the end of the season. We've seen a lot of how the games have shaped out for the most part, and like how one team interacts with another. It might be interesting to kind of see the World Series and how like a pitching team does against an offensive team, for example. Since we haven't had too many of those, we've seen a lot of like interdivision rivalries where it's like contact versus power, that sort of thing. But yeah, I'll do an end of the season wrap up eventually once we get past the World Series, take a look at some of the league leaders, the MVPs, and just kind of see what teams reign supreme towards the end. But signing off for now, this is Kasabi from Showzone. Thanks for watching the All or Nothing League. If you made it this far, we'll see you for the next episode.